Hey ladies, so I know a lot of you are looking for really full coverage foundation, whether you have things to cover or you really like that just really full coverage look. So I just want to show you how I would go about getting that really full coverage look. This would be a routine that I might use if somebody was having pictures done or a bride, prom, you know, where you really want that really matte full coverage look. So I'm going to start with our glorious primer. The primer is going to fill in any fine lines and wrinkles. It's going to cover those pores. It's going to create a nice barrier between your skin and your foundation. So your foundation isn't going to be able to absorb into your skin. I know a lot of people are complaining because their foundation that they're using just doesn't stay on all day, which it could be the product you're using, or it could be the fact that your skin is actually absorbing it. I know a lot of people are struggling with acne or breakouts of some sort, and that also could be because your skin is absorbing your foundation and it's clogging your pores. So this is a really important step. Primer is one of the things that I never forget to do because you really want that nice airbrushed finish when you're putting on foundation, and this just makes the perfect canvas for that. So don't forget your primer. And then I'm going to apply some concealer. I have a couple areas where I like to apply concealer. Also, if you're trying to give that really full coverage look, concealer is great. So I like to put some under my eyes, up my nose, a little on my chin, a little on my forehead. And you only really need a tiny bit of this stuff. Our concealer is super concentrated. It comes in this little bottle, but this little one that I've had this since September, and it's still very full. Like, you only need the tiniest amount. And then I'm gonna use a blending bud. You do wanna dampen your blending bud a little bit. Just squeeze it out and then wrap it in a towel and squeeze it again. That way it's not absorbing any of the product. And I just dab it. I'm using the cornered side under my eyes so I can get right up under my eyes. You can use the bigger side for larger areas like your forehead. I like dabbing my concealer on because instead of wiping, it feels like it just covers better. You're actually getting that layer of it that you're wanting to cover. So you want to dab concealer. You can use a concealer brush. I've just found that I really like using the blending bud. As you can see, that is super full coverage. Like, nothing is getting through this concealer. I am using a lighter shade than my foundation because I'm using it as a bit of a highlight. So you want to highlight those areas that you want to bring forward. And I like to make my under my eyes really bright and center my forehead and down the bridge of my nose, little above my lip, and then under my lips on my chin. That's going to bring everything in, make your face more narrow. Time for some foundation. Oops. Forgot my brush, had to go grab it. So I'm going to use our liquid foundation in color Organza. That's my color. And our liquid foundation brush. You only need about 4 or 5 drops of this for your entire face. I'm going to put 5 on because I'm trying to do that really full coverage look. 5 drops right on the brush. Just dab it around. And then using circular motions, buffing it and blending. You want to go right over that concealer. It's still going to be brighter underneath, so it's still going to do that highlight, but I like to cover mine with the foundation. And I am using my phone as a mirror, so if I miss any spots, I am very sorry. You want to make sure you are blending the foundation into your hairline so you don't have any rings, and into your ears a little bit, and under your jaw. This is like the perfect match for me, so I wouldn't have any lines anyways, but it's nice to just blend out all the edges. Do a little swipe over my eyelids because my eyelids tend to be pretty dark. As you can see, that's really full coverage for me. But if I wanted to kick it up a little notch and, you know, really get that really matte finish, I like to set it with a powder. So I'm going to use our Touch Press powder and just a puffy brush. Just getting a good amount on my brush. And just going over my whole face. Our pressed powders are probably one of the fullest coverage foundations that we have. And they are super matte finish. So if you are trying to eliminate any shines in pictures, or you just want that really, really full coverage, get yourself a powder. These are awesome. They come in a little compact. They recently came back in stock, so you can stock up and get these. They do come with a little sponge to put it on with. I like to use the brush when I'm putting it over my liquid foundation. And that's it, guys. That's how I would get a really, really full coverage look for those special occasions, or I mean even day to day. Today I'm going shopping and I'm wearing full coverage. All right, ladies, thanks for watching. Oh, and remember, you can get four of these products for only $99 right now. This is our Flawless 4 bundle. It comes with the primer, the concealer, the liquid foundation, and the liquid foundation brush. It comes to $99. That's saving $40. If you want to get free shipping, you're only $1 away from free shipping. And if you're like me, you don't want to pay shipping, but you'd rather just buy another product, get yourself that powder. All right, guys, talk to you guys soon.